Have you ever noticed how the people who brag the most about money never seem to have any, while the quiet ones retire at 50 and live a life of complete peace? It is a strange reality that we see every single day. Your neighbor might have a luxury sport utility vehicle and designer clothes, but they are probably drowning in a sea of hidden debt. Meanwhile, the man driving an old car and shopping at wholesale stores might have millions in the bank. He sleeps like a baby because he has nothing to prove to anyone. We have been taught to look for wealth in all the wrong places. We look at social media posts and mansion tours and expensive watches. But real millionaires often look completely ordinary. They are the people you would walk right past without a second glance. They are the secretly wealthy. They have chosen freedom over the appearance of status. If you are tired of the financial stress and want to build a life of true independence, you are in the right place. Today we are going to explore the 7 habits that build fortunes when nobody is watching. These habits are not about being lucky or earning a massive salary. They are about quiet discipline and the wisdom to know what truly matters. Let us begin with the first habit. Secretly wealthy people always automate their savings before they ever see the money. Most people rely on willpower to save what is left at the end of the month. But the truth is that your willpower is often a liar. It wakes up after a long week and tells you that you deserve an expensive dinner. It tells you that you can start saving next month instead of today. But next month always brings the same story and the same excuses. There is a financial law that says your expenses will always expand to fill your income. If you earn $50,000, you will spend $50,000. If you earn $100,000, you will likely spend that too. This is why so many high earners are still living paycheck to paycheck. But the secretly wealthy have figured out a simple trick. You cannot spend what you never see. They set up an automatic transfer so that 10 or 20% of their paycheck vanishes immediately. It goes straight into an investment account before their hands can ever touch it. Think about a secretary from Vermont named Grace. She never earned more than $40,000 a year in her entire life. She lived modestly and drove an old car for decades. When she passed away at age 92, the world was shocked to find she had $9 million. How did she do it? She automated her savings for 50 years and let the power of compound interest do the work. She never touched that money while everyone else was spending their leftovers. You can do the exact same thing starting this week. Log into your bank and set up a transfer for the same day your paycheck arrives. Start with 10% if you feel cautious. You will find that you quickly adjust your spending to whatever is left. This is not about sacrifice. This is about paying your future self first. The second habit is that the secretly wealthy drive paid-off cars while looking broke. This is where most people sentence themselves to 30 years of financial prison. The average car payment in the United States is now over $700 a month. That is more than $8,000 every single year. Most people make this payment for their entire adult lives. They finish one car loan and immediately start another one to get a newer model. But if you invested that $700 a month for 30 years, it could become $500,000. Imagine having $500,000 in the bank instead of a car that is losing value every day. Real millionaires understand that a car is just a way to get from point A to point B. They do not use their vehicle to signal their worth to strangers at a stoplight. Warren Buffett drove the same old car for a decade, despite being one of the richest men on earth. The founder of Walmart drove an old pickup truck until the day he died. They understood that depreciating assets are the fastest way to stay poor. If you want to be wealthy, you must choose freedom over the smell of a new car. Keep your current vehicle for 3 years longer than you originally planned. When you finally need a replacement, buy a 3-year-old used car. Let someone else pay for the massive loss in value that happens in the first few years. Your wealth will grow while your neighbors are still chasing the next monthly payment. The third habit is knowing the difference between an asset and a liability. This sounds simple, but most people get it completely wrong. People love to say that their home is their greatest asset. But if your home takes money out of your pocket every month for taxes and insurance and repairs, it is a liability. An asset is something that puts money into your pocket while you sleep. It could be a rental property or a dividend stock or a small business. A liability is anything that drains your bank account every month. The secretly wealthy focus on collecting assets while the rest of the world collects toys. Imagine two people with $15,000. The first person buys a jet ski because they feel they deserve a reward. 10 years later, that jet ski is worth almost nothing and has cost thousands in maintenance. The second person buys shares of a stable company that pays a dividend. 10 years later, those shares have doubled in value and have paid out thousands in cash. The starting amount was the same, but the outcome is a world apart. Before you make any large purchase, ask yourself a simple question. Does this put money in my pocket or take it out? If it takes money out, it is a liability that is stealing your future freedom. The fourth habit is living one lifestyle level below what you can actually afford. This is the secret to never feeling stressed about money again. When most people get a raise, they immediately upgrade their life. They get a bigger house and eat at nicer restaurants and join expensive clubs. They are trapped on a treadmill that moves faster every time they earn more. But the secretly wealthy decide to stay at their current level even when their income grows. They earn the salary of a doctor, but they live like a teacher. They invest the entire difference between those two lifestyles. This creates a massive gap of freedom that protects them from any emergency. If you can be satisfied with what you have, you stop the need to keep up with the world. Satisfaction is the only thing that can truly stop lifestyle inflation. Try to maintain your current lifestyle through your next 2 raises at work. Put every extra dollar from those raises straight into your investments. You will be amazed at how quickly your net worth explodes when you stop spending your progress. The fifth habit is tracking your net worth instead of your income. Income is what you brag about at dinner parties, but net worth is the truth. You can earn $200,000 a year and still have a net worth of 0 if you owe it all to the bank. The secretly wealthy are obsessed with their net worth because it is their real score. It is everything you own minus everything you owe. This number tells you if you are actually building a fortress or just living in a house of cards. Spend some time this weekend calculating your actual net worth. Write down the value of your savings and your retirement accounts and your home equity. Then subtract your credit cards and your car loans and your mortgage balance. That final number is your starting point. Your only goal from now on is to make that number go up every single month. It does not matter if you get a promotion or a bonus if your net worth stays the same. Focus on the number that actually counts for your long-term security. The sixth habit is saying no to lifestyle creep, especially when you are successful. Success is often the most dangerous time for your finances. When you finally win, your brain wants to celebrate by spending. But most people reward their success with expenses that eventually destroy that success. They buy the boat or the vacation home and suddenly they have more bills than ever. The secretly wealthy have a rule for any unexpected money they receive. They spend 10% to celebrate, and they invest the other 90%. If they get a $5,000 bonus, they take $500 for a nice dinner. The other $4,500 goes straight into their future. This allows them to enjoy their life today without compromising their safety tomorrow. They replace material rewards with the reward of more free time. Real success is not a bigger house. It is the option to quit a job you no longer love. It is the ability to spend a Tuesday afternoon with your family without asking for permission. Freedom does not flash its lights. It whispers in the quiet moments of your life. The seventh habit is the 30-day rule for all major purchases. This is a simple technique that works like magic to stop impulse buying. When you see something you want, your brain is flooded with a chemical called dopamine. This chemical shuts down your logic and makes you feel like you need that item right now. Retail companies spend billions of dollars to trigger this feeling in you. But the secretly wealthy have a religious commitment to waiting 30 days. If they want a new television or a piece of furniture, they write it down and wait. Most of the time, the desire fades away after just a week. They realized they did not actually want the item. They just wanted the feeling of buying it. By waiting 30 days, they saved thousands of dollars on things they would have regretted later. Patience is not just a virtue in life. It is a highly profitable financial strategy. The longer you are willing to wait, the richer you will eventually become. These 7 habits are not complicated or flashy. They do not require a degree in finance or a high IQ. They only require the quiet discipline to choose your future self over your current impulses. Imagine a life where you never worry about an unexpected bill. Imagine knowing that you will never be a financial burden to your children or your grandchildren. This is the life of the secretly wealthy. It is a life built on dignity and peace and total independence. You can start building this life today by picking just one of these habits. Set up an automatic transfer or commit to waiting 30 days before your next big purchase. True wealth is not what the world sees on the outside. It is the peace of mind you feel on the inside when the sun goes down. Build your fortune quietly and live your life freely. Your future self will thank you for the choices you make today. Be secretly wealthy and be truly free.